Well, hello and good evening. It is the end of the day and it's been a very, very long day already, but I just got to this part in the book where he's having trouble with a magpie. And I've always had a particular uncomfortable feeling with magpies, and so I just can't go to sleep. I just can't go to bed without firing down some thoughts. And this might be, since it's so late, it might be a complete washout. But I've just got this energy that's bubbling away about this magpie, and I'm going to try and catch it. So if you'd like to stick around, let's draw a magpie. Okay, so bear with me as my eyes are my eyes are falling asleep. But I just got all I don't know, all kind of sparkly and gooey about this vicious magpie that comes into the story. And there's nothing wrong with magpie. Magpies are very intelligent and all the kind of amazing stuff that people tell me about them. Yes, indeed. But I kind of grew up in Ireland, and I grew up in an environment where magpies had all these legends and stories, and you know, if you see two magpies this, and if you see one magpie that, and you see 27 magpies, oh my god, you know. So I'm trying to just put this in, and in a way that I can kind of capture a feeling of how he is. And yes, and I really want to kind of capture this kind of nastiness of him, and it's a real kind of like, it's a real kind of odd kind of nastiness, because it's not like it's not like any other nastiness. This is kind of like, you know, I always kind of saw it as they knew that if there was one magpie, it meant bad luck, and if there was two, that it would be good luck. And I kind of felt like, like if there were humans around, they would make sure there was only one of you. You know, it's like, Derek, go away, because there's a guy coming up the street. All right, all right, yeah, give him some bad luck. You know, so I almost kind of, that's how I always take it. They know that we're all kind of a little bit doolally about these magpies and such. Got to keep an eye on that camera. So I always kind of feel like, almost like they know that we have all these legends and stories about magpies, and I feel like because of that, they kind of play on it. Now, if you were to talk with the head bird man in Cambridge or something like that, I'm sure he would probably 100% disagree with me and tell me, oh yes, they're so clever birds. Yeah, well, if they're so clever, maybe they could be nasty too. And that's my thought. That's my theory. So, in the story, Norman meets this magpie. And I kind of feel like he kind of is up to no good. Now, I'm not going to tell you too much about the story because you're going to buy the story. You're going to go out and buy the book. Yeah, because I need people to go and buy the book. Otherwise, I'll be... oh, well. So the magpie's kind of got this dark kind of image about him. The same as the crow, though. You know, I do kind of feel like crows have... Don't know that pen. Crows have kind of gained kind of mystical love. You know, the witches love them, and the kind of gothic people love them and stuff like that. So they've kind of gained a fan base, you know. Whereas I think kind of like for Irish people and stuff like that, I still think the magpie is kind of like, well, they're on the edge of messing with people's heads, you know. So I really wanted to try and get this kind of unkempt type of look to the magpie. And again, I've also got to be very careful about keeping that pretty black and white. Where was that? What did I do with that paintbrush? The paintbrush. Maybe I could even dive in there and just touch up that. Give it a nice kind of dark edge to it. Now, as you can see, my paintbrush is kind of like beaten, and you know, all you people out there that like all those pretty paintbrushes and stuff like that. This will give me an automatic texture of sorts. It kind of gives me a lovely feeling every time I use that paintbrush. So I can't really throw it out because I feel like that paintbrush, out of all of my paintbrush, that loves me. You know, because if it wasn't for me, if it was in somebody else's house, it would have probably been thrown out about 25 million years ago or something, you know. Now the thing that I'm kind of a little bit kind of, let's guess, different shaped brushes is a little bit more, is those kind of wings. And at the same time, I don't really want to. I'm gonna make it very wet there to kind of see if I can get a little bit. There you go. There you go. There you go. Just wash it again, and that will bring it into a nice kind of grey. Now that's the way the wing is coming in. And I need another. And this is trying to get the character of this magpie, and in this story he broken a nib. And a very, very special, very, very wonderful thank you to everybody that has been supporting me this week, especially this week, because it has been an extremely tough week. Clark and Sonia, thank you. Thank you, seriously. From the deepest part of my heart, thank you very much. Your donations make me realize that there is people out there that want to see art. They want to see the handmade art stay alive and not be faded away by all this AI junk. Not junk, but it's kind of like ordering saying you're a chef and then ordering a pizza. It's kind of like saying you're an artist and then pushing a button and going, oh yeah, that's what I wanted, yeah. That really does make me kind of angry. It does. Now I'm going to try there. I'm going to try and get that to come down. I think that's kind of capturing a little bit about the kind of... It's got no nib on it. I just picked up the one I broke. So this is going to have to be a short and sweet type of drawing, as the camera, this iPhone camera has been really giving me problems, giving me so many problems, and it keeps stopping, and I don't quite know why it keeps stopping. So only you technical wizards out there can save the day. The MAGPIE has had lots of stories over the year, and to be really, really honest, I've kind of grown up now, and I shouldn't really be believing all these things, but I still do. I'm still kind of ridiculously obsessed with it, and as in with a lot of those kind of superstitious things, it's like, I don't sleep with the window open and things like that, I'd rather be lying in my bed kind of melting to death than open a window and let some kind of demon come in to steal my soul, because this is all the stuff that I heard when I was a child, and now it's all kind of locked up in there somewhere, So I tried to get this kind of magpie, and I've tried to give him some kind of devilish kind of look to him. So I don't like going to the park and seeing one magpie. Mind you, I've actually seen 3 magpies quite a few times this week. And I haven't seen a girl. I haven't met some Wonder Woman lookalike come up to me and say, hey, that magpie sent me over here. So the magpie did kind of come into the story with Norman. That's his tail coming up the back there. So if you can imagine, the body has come. Lovely. I'm really quite pleased with that. Now, the beautiful thing about a magpie actually is the way that all the coloration is kind of like there. It is a very beautiful bird to look at, but I do try not to look at them too often, if you know what I mean. Come on. I'm very brutal with my pens, and as you can see, I've already broken one. I do get quite aggressive with them. But apparently magpies are extremely intelligent, and as my sister keeps reminding me every time I kind of go, oh my God, look over there. And she'll remind me how intelligent they are and what. I guess that's part of the reason why we have sisters, isn't it? To remind us how crazy we are turning in our old age. That's actually come out really quite pretty, and I'm very pleased the way that the eyes have given a lot of feeling in this. They really got that feeling of like he's not a very nice character and he is watching. Now I'm going to just dab some of this ink. It didn't turn as grey as I hoped, but I was hoping that would have turned a nice grey. But I'm dabbing it so that I can try and get a little bit of a white in there. As I do love these white correction fluids and stuff like that. If any of them are still alive. That looks okay. And they're very messy, but I love the messiness of them. I've tried white inks, I've tried white paints, and I do find that they just kind of dissolve into what you didn't want it to do, and I do find that quite frustrating. I do find it very frustrating, to be honest. And in this way that I can kind of get a little bit more of an irregular line work, and it does fit into my style. You know, it's not for everybody, I know that, but I do love the way that it fits into my style and gives me that roughness and beauty, a lot of beauty in those. I think they got banned in some countries because of the kind of ridiculous smell that they produce. But in the few seconds I'm using it, doesn't matter. So, do you believe in all the kind of mysteries of the magpie? Do you? Do you believe in it all? Are you one of those strange, twisted people like myself that kind of listen to the old poem with a little bit more seriousness than the normal guy in the street, woman in the street. Is there anybody else that goes that way? And that is my rather absolutely fandicious, gorgeous, sexy magpie for today's short entertainment. And that's quite a short little video today, but I think it really is a lovely one, because it really does capture a lot about this magpie. I'm just going to try and get a tongue in there. And I do like the way his mouth kind of curls around the side of his head. Just clean that. Did I just clean it? And I'm really quite pleased with that. I'm really quite in love with that. Yes, I'm very pleased. So, that is today's drawing. A beautiful, mysterious, little bit dodgy magpie. For all you wonderful people out there, and that's especially for Clark. Okay, thank you, Clark. You're an angel. Indeed you are. And that is this very suspicious little, sneaky little monster that hides in your park. And when you're walking through the park, it will say, "Look, there's only one of me," or something like that. So, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. And please send me some comments. Tell me what your thoughts are on the magpie. What do you think? Do you think I'm right, or do you think I'm nuts? So, I will get back to more drawing tomorrow. It's very late here, and I think Mr. Miro is already asleep. He's already in bed, but I just couldn't go to sleep with that bouncing around in my mind. And sometimes it's very good to throw it down when you've got that feeling in you. And sometimes it works as a little bit of a springboard, that you put it down, and the next day when you look at it, you might say, "Oh yes, beautiful, beautiful." You might say, yeah, you could have done this with it, you could have done that with it, and you can always do a second drawing or a third drawing. But so far, that's really quite beautiful. I would like to just darken up that. Lovely. So, thank you very much, and I will see you back here tomorrow for more drawing, more excitement, more chat, and more stuff leading up to the Worry Lips 2, which is coming out very soon. I just got to push myself through the last little stages of it. So thank you very much for your support. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the comments, and thank you for coming to watch all these videos. And I will see you again tomorrow for some more drawing. Until then, have a good sleep. Have a beautiful rest of the day if you're in some kind of different time zone. Have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful sleep. And I'll see you back here tomorrow. Bye-bye.